Thanks for joining me. I'm Lorraine Santirosa, known as the VA Queen because I specialize in helping active duty military and veterans buy and sell homes here in San Diego. I'm a big advocate for VA home buying, and I was inspired to do this series, as I shared with you yesterday, based on a young man from Hawaii who was an E5 that reached out to me because he was interested in buying a home and was looking on the internet for information related to VA home loan buying. And I figured that, if he had a question, I'm sure that most of you that are not just here in San Diego but serving around the world also have similar questions about how to use a VA home loan and buy a home and also ultimately build wealth. So that's what got me inspired. So let's get right into today's topic, and that is why your housing decision could be costing you. And I want you to think about that for a minute, because we all have to live somewhere. But if you're serving in the military, you get to make probably more housing decisions than the average person because you're always moving around a lot on orders. So have you considered your housing allowance and how that is working for you? When I say housing allowance, I'm talking about the BAH, which is Basic Allowance for Housing. Most of you are probably getting that, and it's based on your rank. And if you're a spouse watching this and not sure what a BAH is and how much your spouse is getting, you can look that up online. But that BAH that you're getting is tax-free. And when I sit down with a client, I like for them to see how much they're getting each month and how much that works out to a year and 3 years. So I show them a chart just like this, and I don't know if you can see it, but the first column is the rank, the monthly BAH, and yearly. And if you're an E5 here in San Diego, you're getting $23.25 a month with dependents, and that amounts to $27,900 a year. And after your 3-year tour, that comes out to $83,900. I know every time I show this to a service member, I get the same reaction, and that is, wow, it looks different when you see it on paper. So how can you take that tax-free BAH that you're getting and put that to good use and make it work for you? Well, like I mentioned, it's based on your housing decision. And in the military, you get to make 3 choices. 1, do you take that housing allowance and go into base housing? If you do that, they take that BAH away from you, all of it or some of it, and at the end, you don't get anything back. So is that a good way to use your BAH? No. The second choice is obviously to go out in town and to rent. A lot of people like to do this because sometimes they want to be in a certain school district or they want a certain bigger house. And with that, a lot of people use all their BAH, some of it, or sometimes they come out of pocket to pay for that rent. At the end of your lease, you give your keys back. Does that landlord give you anything else other than your deposit? No. Is that the best way to use your BAH? Absolutely not. Then there's the third option, and that is to purchase a home. You would take that BAH, apply it to your mortgage, build equity. When you go to sell that property at the end of your tour, you would consider whether you have enough equity to sell, and obviously that you come away with something in your pocket. That's the best scenario. Now, if you can't sell that property, you can rent that property to somebody else, have them pay your mortgage, build equity, and again, that way you can build wealth. Now, the other thing with purchasing a home is the tax benefit as well. So when you think about your 3 choices, clearly purchasing a home is the best way to invest your tax-free housing allowance. So as you are moving around and making housing decisions, I hope this video helps you to better think about, am I using my BAH the best way to help me build wealth? So until next time, if you have a question, feel free to leave a comment below or reach out to me by phone at 619-248-5484, Or you can go to my website, agentsforveterans.com, or if you're in the San Diego area and can come to one of our live VA home buying seminars, you can learn all about the power of the VA home loan benefit and walk away with some great info that not even the military is telling you. You can go to valoanseminar.com and register for our next seminar. Until then, take care. Remember, they don't call me the VA Queen for nothing.